In the quiet of the night, I hear a whisper in the wild.
Ladies,
a fragile
gentlemen,
tone that pulls me gently through the fire.
welcome
Every
to the
chord
Guitar Angle.
remembers you.
Every chord remembers you.
Every note becomes a name.
Every note becomes a name.
I'm reaching through the frequencies, but nothing sounds the same.
Are you ready?
I feel the air around me tremble.
Are you ready for the most athletic guitar string ever?
Calling me back home. I'm falling through the echoes.
Because we are about to begin. High energy, athleticism, power, speed. Oh, baby, baby. Do you feel it? Do you feel it? Do you believe? Are you ready? Stop the clock.
Of Sorenzo. The world is made of silver strings and unresolved desires. I chase the tone that once was yours through broken amplifiers. You fade into the reverb, but I still can't let it win. I hear you in the distance, pulling me again. I feel the air around me tremble like a truth I can't let go. A spark inside the silence, calling me back home. I'm falling through the echoes, where the shadows start to glow. And every sound you leave behind is the one I can't outgrow. Oh, Mr. Sorenzo, your voice is in the undertow. I'm rising, but I'm sinking in the echoes. Echoes of Sorenzo. Hold me in the static, guide me through the dark. Every fading memory still reaches for my heart. I'm falling through the echoes, still searching for your glow. And every wave that crashes in reminds me where to go. Oh, Mr. Sorenzo, I'm lost inside your overflow. I'm standing, but I'm drifting in the echoes. Echoes of Sorenzo. cracks in my eyes. Fingers on the fretboard, volume high. I'm the glitch in the system you cannot find. Crowds buzzing like a circuit overload. One strum and the whole damn room explodes. Heads are buzzing from the head, banging mosh pit flows. But I'm just getting started. Watch me flow. Ooh baby, baby. Ooh baby, baby. Ooh baby, baby. Ooh baby, baby. Electric in my veins, supercharged, but I'm still unchained. Screw classical players, let them fade. 'Cause I set the stage on fire. Shredding through the chaos like a neon blade. Boss mode riffs in a pixel arcade. Smoke rising from the amp on stage. I get you all far higher. Can you feel it?
Can you feel it?
Static rising.
Static rising, synthesizing. Are you ready, ladies and gentlemen? Ooh, a baby, baby, baby.
Take it deeper. Turn it up.
Turn it up.
Turn it up.
Turn me up! Woo! Ladies, gentlemen, what's happening? Ooh, baby, baby, baby. Woo! Woo! Are we ready, Zuhair? What's happening, baby? How are ya? Who are you? I mean, oh, what can I say? What can I say? Ah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Guitar Angle. I'm Mr. Sorenzo. Happy Saturday. Happy Sunday. I don't know where you are in this world. I'm glad you joined us today. I gotta tell you guys something. I am in the mood today. I am so in the mood because we have an awesome docket and an awesome string for you today. First, we're going to be talking about Dean Guitars and Mr. Dean Zelinsky. We're going to be covering two different guitar brands today, founded by the same person, talking philosophy, guitars, and we're going to go through some of those. Then, we're going to talk about Mr. Slash, a little story about Slash. We're going to move on to new releases, 2026 releases, little by little, are being trickled down by different companies. We're going to talk about some of them that are just out. They're just out already, 2026. Ibanez has this awesome looking guitar. You guys have not seen it. You guys have not seen that Ibanez. We're going to talk about it. Schecter Guitar Research also released a new signature model. We're going to talk about that. Some news about Washburn guitars. And I'm going to tell you, man, the stream is awesome today. Are you guys ready? Let's get the party started. Woo! All right, tone it down a little. This is a little too excited. Like, bring it down. Bring it down. That's a lot better. Zuhair, what's happening, baby? How are you? Give me 1 segundo. That's a lot better. Okay. Because everybody was getting overtly excited. I was getting overtly excited. And that's usually not a good combination. Ooh, we like that. We like this vibe. Romantic for a Saturday, I'm telling you. All right, you guys tell me, is the backing backing song is a little too loud or good? Zuhair, can you confirm? And on Twitch, if someone could confirm it as well, that'll be greatly appreciated. All right, are we ready to go, man? We are so ready to go. All right, Zuhair says, evening, Sorenzo. How's your day going? My day is going great. I gotta tell you, it's going really, really good. I am happy. Yesterday, I only practiced guitar for about an hour and a half, so I'm a little behind. I feel like we could have done a little more, but other than that, everything's great. This music and excitement makes me excited too. We like that. We like that when people get excited. Okay, get excited. That's a good thing. Zuhair says, I wish we were in the same place so we could play guitar together. Bruh. It's about the heart. It's about how close your hearts are. Okay, it's never about the distance. New York, Australia. You're good making coffee? Okay, that's good. This time of the night? Are you doing an all-nighter? What? It should be like, what time is it in New York right now? What's the Eastern time right now? Eastern time is 7:50 p.m. So we're having coffee at 8 o'clock? Fair enough. All right, shall we get to our first item on the docket? Let's do it. Let's talk about the first item on the docket. And depressingly, actually, what? Zuhair says, haha, New York, Australia, never about distance, came across like sarcasm. Yeah, coffee anytime. I'm glad you can do it, dude. If I have coffee like at around 8 o'clock, I know I'm not going to be able to sleep until like 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm glad that you don't have to deal with that. It's a bit of a pain, I tell you. All right, let's talk about the first item on the docket. I wanted to guys talk today a little bit about Dean Guitars. So most of you know Dean Guitars. Dean Guitars was this guitar brand that was founded by Dean Zelinsky, a very, very good, excuse me, a really, really competent master luthier. And the thing that Dean Zelinsky is really, really good at is coming up with sort of like new designs of you know, different kind of designs, aesthetic designs, especially in different guitars. And so you all have seen the guitars that, for example, Dimebag Darrell had, the ML, right? Which is the ML series here, right? So like it was a very, 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 very famous model. You know, we all familiar with that, which was sort of like, it's sort of inspired by the Explorer, but had its own character and its own life. And then inspired by that also was another series called the Razorback rather, which was like a wild sort of a shape. And I saw this shape, by the way, for the very first time when I was watching some videos of Trivium, Matt Heafy and Corey Bailu at the time. This is, I don't know, 2005? Those guys had Razorbacks, and it was like an insane guitar design. I was blown away by it. And so I thought, let's have a chat about it, about this guitar, but also what Dean Zelinsky is doing. Now, for those of you who are not aware, Dean Zelinsky founded the Dean Guitars and then moved to work on another company. That didn't work out either. And then moved on and started his own brand of electric guitars, Dean Zelinsky guitar, right? Now, what happened there is where it says, isn't a shape difficult to sit down with due to pointy ends poking you? Oh yeah. I don't think sitting down here is the issue. The bigger issue, I think, is this pointy bit. Because your arm goes from there. I think like I'd be more worried about that. I don't think sitting down is going to be an issue. Like my old Jackson V was a pointy one with these ridges there, right? No issue sitting down. These bits are too far away. But here is the biggest problem. Now it's so far away, like your arm comes probably from like that angle. But if you move the guitar, you might poke yourself. Otherwise, looks sick. Yeah, it's a beautiful design. It's an insane design. It's a very audacious design, and you don't get it that often, right? More often than not, guitar builders rather stick to the tried, tested, and true formula of Les Paul, Telecaster, Stratocaster, right? They sort of hover around that road. This is a very, he did it with audacity. He did it with, like, he didn't care. He wanted something new out. So that's a really interesting guitar. Let's talk about this, and then I'm going to talk about the Zieg Lightneck, another innovation of Dean Zelinsky. So this is the USA Razorback Floyd Flametop. There is a Chinese-made version of it as well, which is around $600-700. And now they're marketing it as this, arguably the most aggressive shape created. Dean Razorback is available in its greatest form from the USA Dean Custom Shop. Mahogany body, 3-piece mahogany neck, a 5A flame top. It is 5A actually, yeah. Make this not only easy to recognize, but also sought after. That's what they call it. It's one of those guitars that Gibson wouldn't be able to sue Dean for it, huh? Comes with a deluxe hard case as well. So let's talk about it. We have set neck. So the neck is glued to the body. Mahogany body, flame maple top. Top contours with a flat top. So obviously with a guitar shaped like this, you don't need a body contour. The guitar is thin and has an angle from there. So kind of defeats the purpose of having a contour in the body, right? So this guitar, MLs, V-shaped guitars, Firebird guitars, these kind of shapes that have that kind of an angle there at the belly of the guitar, you don't need much beveling and reshaping of the body, if you know what I mean. Contouring the body in any shape or form. Now, single ply neck binding, 3-piece mahogany neck, trying to keep it stable, I believe. Ebony fretboard with pearl razorback inlays. Now, scale length was interesting. It's 24 and 5/8, so 625 mils, which is very close to, the Gibson scale length. And for a guitar like this, I found that interesting. Because guitars like this, these are metal guitars. And you are very likely, like players that play these are very likely to, down tune their guitars. Unless like you really want to just stick to 90s thrash. Like unless you only want to play Pantera with this, right? But otherwise, a metal guitar is usually a guitar that is very likely to get down tuned. So I'm not a biggest fan of metal guitars, having a short scale length less than 25 inches. Right, that's just my point of view. So, I don't know. Some people like it. I mean, it's really good for bending, even if you're in a standard tuning on a gouge 10 string. It's nice and fun to bend, but I mean, you still got the Floyd Rose there, so I don't know. 22 jumbo frets, C-shaped neck with a Floyd Rose. Nut width is 43 mils, standard dual action truss rod. Comes with a Seymour Duncan TB4 bridge pickup and a USA DMT Nostalgia neck pickup. a volume and a tone knob, 2 volumes and a tone knob, my apologies, Les Paul style, I guess, with a 3-way toggle, black hardware, original Floyd Rose, we talked about that, and then Grover tuners. Funny how the tuners are not locking tuners in a USA custom shop made guitar. Zuhair says, this is your best look. White t-shirt and blue jean jacket and those shades. Total rock star. Ah, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I had to put the shades on because my eyes are destroyed. I was working till like 3:30 a.m. And I've been sitting in front of the monitor like for 3 days in a row, like the whole time. So my eyes are destroyed. That's why I had to put it on. Because, yeah. So there we go. Yeah, but thanks for the words, man. Appreciate it. It's a nice color. White and blue is really nice. You were doing your paid job until 3 a.m.? No. I'm involved in a couple of projects outside the day job. Guitar being one of them, and there's something else too. And so that keeps me really busy. Really busy these days. So yeah. That is the guitar. Now, you got this going on, right? And then you have obviously the classic black one, which I think is like $600-700. There we go, $650. And the specs of it is not as impressive. The challenge I had with this guitar was that there were a lot of reviews coming in for some of these guitars not being really well made for a $650 guitar. So the specs for this one, and again, you can kind of see, so body and top material are Kume, maple neck, rosewood fretboard, 12-inch radius, and then everything else in terms of like the design of the shape is really the same. Bridge pickup and neck pickup are just the, Dean guitar design, like Dean's original pickups, right? With a 500K pot. So that's fine, but it from what I read online, and I don't know this firsthand, guys, so a lot of the guitars I talk about I've actually played with. This one I have not played it myself, so take what I'm saying here with a grain of salt. I've heard in some reviews that these guitars have the same disease that the Indian-made BC Rich guitars have. That they were not really well made, with frets not being well done, and issues with the pointy bits of the design. And so, for example, one of the things that I read commonly is that in these ridges, right? In these ridges, or in those ridges, the paint job and the wood job is not that clean. Things of that nature. So yeah, I don't know. I saw tell you guys a funny story. I went to the Dean Guitars booth. So for those who don't know, I'm based in Australia, and I went to the Melbourne Guitar Show last year, and Dean had a booth of their own. Gibson wasn't here, funny enough, but Dean was. And the thing that was hilarious was that at the time, Dean Guitars was involved in a lawsuit against Gibson on the V and the Explorer shape. So for those who don't know, Dean used to, I don't think it's on their website anymore. It could be. But if not, I'll just show it to you guys. I don't think it's there. 0 is just the ML, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's not. There we go. So it is still on the website. So this shape, the 0, and then the V-shape electric guitar. So this was like a copy of the Explorer in a way, very Explorer inspired. And then Dean Guitars obviously have the classic V-looking guitars too. And at the time, I don't know what happened to that lawsuit, but Gibson was in an ongoing lawsuit with Dean at the time of the show. So now we had a scenario where the same rules and laws don't apply in Australia. So the lawsuit was a US lawsuit, not in Australia. So what Dean did at that show, this is last year, and I spoke with a representative myself, right? What Dean did, they brought in their entire American stock of zeros and V down to Australia. And they were trying to sell them here with like really good prices because they couldn't sell it in the US. I was like, this is hilarious. I was laughing my ass off in the show. Like I was in tears at the show, and the representative guy, the guy who was selling the guitars, was laughing with me. And I'm like, this is hilarious. Like, you are in a lawsuit, so you can't sell the Vs and the Explorers. So you go to another country, go to a guitar show, and then start selling those. Anyways. Zuhair says, the Dean Vendetta was one of my first electric guitars many years ago. It's one of their inexpensive. Oh, okay. Let's have a look at the Vendetta. Are they discontinued? Oh my, okay, give me a second. Let's look at it. Dean Guitars Vendetta. A V for Vendetta. There we go. No, it says they're still on. Why couldn't I find it then? Oh, there we go. Look at that. Is that the one? Don't tell me it's the same color. Is it the same color? Is that the one you got? And then what happened to that guitar? That neck looks really nice and thin, by the way. And you had the black one? Right, okay. What was it? What did you... Poplar body... flat top with bevels for the top contour, nice. Maple neck, 25.5-inch scale. There we go. So they can do 25.5. Why don't they do that on the Razor backs? Bolt-on neck, C-shaped, black walnut fretboard material. Ooh, nice. I actually dig it. Okay, nice. All right. Satin finish, dual action truss rod. Nice. Okay, that's interesting. Funny how they use the black walnut fretboard material. So, you know, the thing with fretboard material is that you really want a hard wood as the fretboard material. Really hard, right? So dense in terms of like the wood grain. It should be really dense. So that's why maple, the densest of all, is like a very popular option. That's why ebony is a popular option. So the reason it has to be really dense, one of the reasons, is that more often than not, the fretboard wood doesn't have that much layers on it in terms of, for example, finish or paint, unlike the rest of the body of the guitar, right? So the body of the guitar, the back of the neck, right? But the fretboard, a lot of times, more often than not, is in direct contact with outside, with like air and moisture and whatever not. And so because that's the point of connection of your fingers too, you really want something stable and hard. You want a hard wood in there. And so that's the reason why very commonly ebony or maple or rosewood are selected as fretboard material. To this day, I think still the best one out there. Like, I'm a massive fan of ebony and maple. I've been really into maple fingerboards, so I've been playing with my guitars that have a maple fingerboard a lot more lately for some reason. It's just the bright color of it is really attractive to me. But that's the reason why you need really hard woods in there. And this is a black walnut, which is again really dense. I've never seen, this is the interesting one, I've never seen northern ash being used as a fretboard material. I've never seen any. You know what? For the next stream, what I'll try to do is I'll try to find a guitar that has northern ash. Let's see if there's any at all. Northern ash in the fretboard. I'll be interested to see that. So anyways, here we are. This is Dean's guitar. So Dean Zelinsky comes in, co-founds it, leaves. Then he goes to another company as a joint venture. That one also doesn't work out, so he leaves that too. And then he's like, all right, you want to do something? Do it yourself. That's Dean Zelinsky. So he starts his sort of like little workshop there, gets bigger and bigger, and then he does really audacious designs now. So Aesthetically, so shape-wise, no longer crazy. So if you have a look at the more common shapes that he produces now, it's Teles and Les Pauls and Strats, so old school, right? However, with the aesthetics of those, he still really pushes the boundary, and I really respect that about Dean Zelinsky. I'm not a fan of his guitars. I don't think I'll buy his guitars. Like, I'm just not a fan of the design, but I really respect him for him just really pushing the boundary. So let's have a look at one of the guitars that like, let's just look at the Lavos. Right? So this is a Les Paul shaped guitar. Now check out these designs, just aesthetics. Look at that. A thin body with a crazy aesthetic. Look at that. Do you know what I mean? And then, right? And so, like, a design like this is really, like, it's not an easy thing to engrave a guitar like that. Zuhair says, wow, I'm a bit turned off. Turned off by this? Really? Why? Not a fan of the design? Zuhair says, I don't think I could ever get used to a Les Paul style with a thin body. Interesting. That's interesting to see. Okay. This is like one of those scenarios when everyone has such like different preferences, man. Like, some people complain that Tellys or Les Pauls are really boxy and they don't have any bevels or, you know, whatever. And then you have a scenario where someone's like, oh, this is too thin for me. So interesting, huh? You get the same thing with the necks, too. Zuhair says, some of the designs, not all, are great, though. Yeah, no, I hear you on that. Look, I'm so glad. It's a good sign when you know what you like. It really is. It's just a good sign that you know what you like. So yeah, here we go. Look at that. And they got the plate, $4,200, by the way. And I like the plate. Like, here's the thing, right? With guitars, I much rather I have string through guitars, right? So that there's drilling in the guitar, body of the guitar, and string goes through the body. I think that way the guitar does a better job in migrating the oscillations of the string and translating into a resonance in the wood. I think the guitar is more alive that way, but that's my opinion. Another interesting design choice here is that your input jack, your guitar jack, is actually on the body and not there. And that's in all likelihood is because it's a thin guitar. If it's too thin, you're not going to have enough space to drill a hole there on the side, so that now the pickup jack goes from the under the guitar. So you have to put it on top. Yeah. Zuhair says, this looks Ibanez thin, not even ESP LP type thin, which is okay. You're right, this is really thin. Oh my goodness, why is the back plate so farther back from the bridge? Yeah, right? I have a theory as of why. So I think, and I could be wrong here, that the reason this design decision was made was to create an angle on the saddles. Right? So think of it like this. Give me a second. Give me 1 segundo. Where is it? Okay. I got my pen and paper. Let me tell you what I mean. Bro. Okay, so can you see my screen? Let me just do a test. Yes. Okay. So check this out. Make it thick, yes. Okay, so this is the body of your guitar. I'm just gonna go with what color? Purple. So this is the Les Paul body, right? Right. I think what he is doing there is this. This is where the saddles are. Right? So looking at the guitar from the side view. And this is where the bridge is. The actual bridge. If you put the bridge further away, when your strings come through the saddle, like here, right? They have to go at an angle. Whereas if you brought the saddle closer here, right? The angle that your strings would go through would be a little less. I think that's the reason why they made that decision. Right. That's my guess, because you can see it in the body of the Les Paul. You can see how here is where you get like sort of you got the max height and then sort of starts to bevel away, right? I think that's why they made that decision, and I could be wrong. So here it says, looking at my Gibson V, it's not angle. It's got angle too on the strings between the bridge and the backplate. Yeah. I mean, you can always change the height too, right? So you got the screws there to change the height. Could be that. Could be that they just wanted to present the aesthetics there, the engravings there. Don't need to be so far back, so disagree. Okay, no, fair enough, dude. Fair enough. You could be right. Like I said, I'm speculating. It's a weird design on the guitar, that's for sure. Here, like, my thing is, I don't know, man. I think they're probably it's either that or they're presenting the aesthetics there. My thing is, though, that even in a guitar, like a Les Paul shaped guitar, you actually, as a player, want this to be a little closer here so you can rest your hands on it. I'm not so much really about, like, the angle or anything of that nature, because you always got these screws here that you can change the height, and you got the screws there and you can change the height. So as long as you can change the height of your saddle and your bridge, you can play with things around. Like this one allows you to do that. You can see the screws there, right? But I want the bridge to be closer so I can rest my hand on it. Yeah. But again, like, yeah, exactly. Zuhair says, like you said, guy trying something new. Exactly. Let him try, man. Let him try. It's in its nature. If you try something new, some of them are going to work. Some of them are not going to work. But the birthplace of good things and bad things, good new things and bad new things is the same birthplace. You know what I mean? They have the same place of birth. So let's not. He's a pioneer and innovator. Yes. He needs his name on the backplate too. Of course he does. And here's the back of the guitar, by the way. 2 routings and two holes and an active pickup. So what do we have here? Build time is between 3 to 4 months. 43 mil Tusk nut, so not bone. 2475, that's Gibson Les Paul scale length, that's fair. 22 medium jumbo nickel silver frets. Maple or rosewood fingerboard, 3-piece maple neck, mahogany body with engraved maple top, fine. 2-trap humbuckers, Graphtec Ghost piezo bridge. Oh, wow, okay. I didn't know that's that, fine. And then guitar arrives with a professional setup guaranteed to play like a butter. Okay. I wish there was some more detail about the neck. Interesting. So nevertheless, all right, so this is where we are, right? So this is Dean Zelinsky's guitars, and he's doing his own stuff. And you guys, encourage you guys to check it out. Like, aesthetically, he does really interesting stuff with the guitars, and there's so much to it. The thing that particularly piqued my interest, though, because there's so much here, you can check it out, but the thing that I think stood out to me a lot was the Z-Glide neck. Now, what's a Z-Glide neck? Z-Glide neck is this, guys. It's basically a neck with a lot of engravings on it on the body of the neck, right? The logic behind it is that if you design a neck like this, it reduces the surface area between your hand, your thumb, and the neck of the guitar. And so if there's less surface area, right, that means your hand can move around smoother, easier, and there's less buildup of grime and sweat. That's what they said. That's the argument behind this whole thing. So now check this out. That's the machine. And basically the way they engrave this is using laser. So that laser basically burns it into the wood, if you know what I mean. Which is, again, a really interesting innovation. Like, you like to see this kind of stuff, right? That's a Z-Glider neck. Now, what are they talking about? Invented by company founders Dean Zelinsky, your hand only comes to contact with 28% of the neck. That's what I said earlier. So it reduces the surface area, essentially, right? The rest is air. The result is an ultra-fast neck with a consistent, silky, smooth feel. And they are standard on all Dean Zelinsky guitars. And, interestingly enough, they sell these necks separately. So, yeah, to me, this looks like, to be honest with you guys, this looks like sandpaper, in all sincerity. So I've never got a chance to, nobody had it, the people that I know, nobody had it for me to try it on and see how the neck actually feels. And I was tempted to buy one, but it's like really expensive, so I haven't bought one yet either. But if your skin goes into these ridges, that means actually more surface area, not less. Zuhair is right. Zuhair says, dividing a surface into smaller parts, that means more surface area. I completely agree with you. So the only way that this is not more surface area, and this actually doesn't scratch your skin, is assuming that your skin doesn't go between these little ridges. And I don't know if that's the case. So, Zuhair says, remembered that and looked it up. No, you're absolutely right. You're 100% right. Right? So this looks like more surface area to me, not less. But yeah, let's have a listen to what he has to say about it. Give me a second. Give me 1 segundo. Let's see what he has to say about it.
Probably the biggest.
All right, here we go. I'm going to give you guys some audio. Alrighty.
Probably the biggest question I get asked on a regular basis is, how did the Z-Glide come about, or how did you invent the Z-Glide? And actually, you know, we had owned a laser, or I owned a laser, and we were making a lot of plastic parts with it, or guitar parts, pick guards, truss rod covers, back plates, and used it a lot on all this inlay work and pocketing for the inlays. And soon I started thinking about, you know, utilizing the laser and getting a bit more creative and doing engraved bodies and actually do 3D artwork on the guitars. And soon we were using the laser to do croc skin and snakeskin patterns on the bodies. One day I'm looking at a snakeskin body thinking how cool it looks, and I'm like, boy, what if we did that on the neck too? And as soon as I said that, kind of a light went off in my head. I'm like, whoa. And then I started thinking about using the laser to reduce the friction of the neck, you know, come up with a pattern that actually reduces the friction and a better playing neck. Then I started thinking, boy, you know, how tacky and sticky a lacquered neck can be. And I said, if I could reduce about 70% of the neck and it's simply not there, how much better would a neck feel? So immediately I went to the laser and started experimenting with guitar necks and doing laser patterns on it, engraved patterns. And eventually came up with the Z-Glide, and it's been a hit ever since. Here's an example of one of our Delaterra models, and this is the Z-Glide neck. About 90% of the guitars we ship with Z-Glide necks. And all our guitars are shipped to order, so pretty much people order them with the Z-Glide necks. We only sell factory direct, so it's not like people can go into music stores and actually pick them up. So most people who buy a Z-Glide neck are either doing it from the reviews they're reading online, or one of their friends gets a guitar with a Z-Glide neck and they play it, and then they have to have one. This is pretty cool. We actually have our outlet store in the Chicago area, and this is what we use in the outlet store called a Z-Glide test neck. Basically half the neck is Z-Glided and the rest is your stock gloss neck. We always have people come in the store and just slide it on their hand to feel the difference, and sure enough, as soon as they get to the
that's actually smart.
to the lacquered part, their hand kind of stops.
Okay.
So as soon as you show somebody that, they immediately want to play a Z-Glide neck. The other thing people tell me is that the Z-Glide necks are kind of comfortable because they really have that old vintage worn-in feel off the shelf, because they're, you're not sticking to the neck like a brand new guitar. So if you want a neck that really has a broken-in feel, the Z-Glide does that. Another thing we do is we can put engrave people's name in the Z-Glide. This says TSO Paul O'Neill. He's the owner of Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and we made some guitars for him. Anyways, here's an example.
We need a Mr. Sorenzo Z-Glide neck. I'm putting it out there. That's it. We're doing this, people. I didn't know they did that. I knew they used the laser to engrave stuff on it, but I didn't know they did that. We need a Z-Glide neck. That's it.
Example of having your name engraved in a Z-Glide neck. Just about all our guitars can get a Z-Glide neck. We do a lot of set neck guitars. Here's a Stradivita neck ready to go into a guitar body, and it's already Z-Glided. If you take a close look, we're literally reducing 70% of the surface area. Your hand's only touching 30% of the neck. The rest is air. We actually, in the pattern, we have these little striations going up and down the neck, and that is actually designed to wick moisture from your fingers. So it actually has like a drying effect. So literally helps your hand glide up and down the neck effortlessly. You'll notice right here my Z-Glide necks are patented. No other guitar company in the entire world has a neck that feels like Z-Glide. I've been building my Dean Zelinsky line of guitars with the Z-Glide neck for about 3 years now. We've literally shipped thousands of guitars with Z-Glide necks, and people love them. I urge you to go to deanzelinsky.com, read about the Z-Glide neck. You could also click on the reviews and read hundreds of reviews of.
That's interesting. Yeah, see, I didn't know they did that. I knew that it's made with lasers and everything else. I had no idea that they engraved the names. But that's an interesting concept. Again, the guy is so good at really pushing the boundaries. So really, really, really respect him for it. I really do. So yeah. Dorotio, what's happening, pal? Sorenzo, tonight's live stream, I'll be in and out. I'm going to a metal rock festival, Skid Row, Dio, GNR, Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses, right? Motley Crue and Metallica tribute bands. They are all real good and spot on. 2026, let's rock on. I'm here already. Good to see you, man. Sure. Go in and out, whatever works for you, brother. Enjoy the show. Can I tell you something, dude? Because, usually it's like, watch my stream, yada, yada. Put the phone down, enjoy the damn show. Have a great time, brother, and I'll see you when you're back. I'm here already. Enjoy, take pics. The director says, that neck is sick, love it. Yeah, it looks insane. How much is it, I wonder? So, I forgot. Yeah, so, good God, look at that. And they fit, like, if it fits normal Telecasters, right, which I suppose it does, you can literally just unscrew the neck on your Tele or Strat and put this one in there, right? So how much is this? $400 for the neck. All right, so no tuners, $79 for nickel. All right, fine, no tuners, let's say. And then $100 more for personalized. So for $500, you get to have a Z-Glide neck with your name on it. But $400, okay. Expensive tuners better be good. Yeah, no, the thing is, if it's not locking tuners, like if I'm buying tuners from the scratch, right? If I'm buying tuners like that is not already on the guitar, I'm buying them separately, there is no chance in hell I'm buying tuners that are not locking. So what is this? 22 medium jumbo frets, Z-Glide neck engraving, 43 mil nut. I mean, it should come with the nut too, right? 56 mil at the heel, 20.5 thick on the first fret, 22 on the 12. It's medium thick. It's not that crazy thick. 10 millimeter tuner holes, fine. What is the fretboard radius? I would go and guess that it's 12 inches, because that's usually what Dean Zelinsky guitars are. But I don't know what radius this is. And then can they custom it? Like if you request, say, a 16-inch fretboard, will they do it? Because I don't mind doing, say, like a 20-inch fretboard radius. Like $400. Would I buy it? $400, 20-inch fretboard radius, jumbo stainless steel frets, bone nut, and locking tuners. If it comes like that, then I'm keen. Otherwise, like, you know what I mean. But yeah, that's just a really interesting design. So the thing is, Zuhair, and I'm thinking about what we talked about earlier. We both agreed that if your skin gets stuck, that seems like more surface area than less. But you know, these guys are not idiots. You know what I mean? Surely, if it feels like rough and sticky, they wouldn't waste all the time and money to do it. So there's something to it. I'm just keen to try it out. I'm really keen to try it out and see how it goes. Yeah. Zuhair says, good tuners you can have for cheaper on Amazon. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Says online, usually 12-inch radius. Yeah. Usually, they're usually 12 inches. Which is okay. It's not bad. 12 inches. It's doable. You know? So there we go. There we go. And it comes in maple, rosewood, and ebony. So maple for me. And some models even use a compound radius from 9.5 to 12. Okay. I didn't know he does that. I mean, he's a master luthier, so he does anything, but I didn't know that he had it in his production models. Huh. Now, funny thing is, it has a send your neck functionality too, so you can literally send them your neck, and for $200, they'll engrave it with their laser machine. So if there's a neck you guys really like, you can actually send it to them, and they'll engrave it for you. And engrave your name too. Great business model. I love this. I really dig this. Like, you can send you got a favorite guitar neck that you like and you want to make it even better? Send it to them. I love what they've done there. Ha! Where are they located? Illinois. Okay. So there we have it, folks. This was the Chronicles of Dean Zelinsky. This is the story of Dean Zelinsky. The man is pushing the boundaries, and I love him for it. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. New companies, not just a copy of Les Paul, Telecaster, Strat. Let's add something to it. We like that on the stream here. Zuhair says, so the only great thing that it's easier to hold and grip? I would guess so, right? I mean, the whole point of it is for them to listen. If what he's claiming is even half of it is true, so you're reducing the friction between the hand and the neck, not by 70%, let's just say you reduce it by 40% or 30%, that's still big. Like, imagine if you have a satin finish on a neck like that. Your hand will just glide, right? So, I don't know. I haven't personally tried it. I'm genuinely keen, just because I love innovations in the guitar space. Zuhair says, Australia is across the Pacific Ocean from the USA, right? Like same as Japan? Yeah, that's right. It's even more remote than Japan. It's like an island away from everything else, surrounded by sharks and crocodiles. All right. Let us jump to the next item on the docket. Let's have a quick break from guitar specs for a second. And I thought this was a funny little story. This speaks to the addiction that Les Paul lovers have when it comes to Les Pauls, and I thought let's have a chat about it. So I read this article, and it reminded me of the chat we had a couple streams ago about book matching and body of the guitar. So this is what the title reads. When I took it down for him to try out, he said, "I really don't need any more of these." How a skeptical Slash ended up with one of the best 50s gold tops Gibson has ever found. Gibson Certified Vintage Program Manager Mitch Conrad. By the way, guys, so for those who don't know, Gibson has a certified vintage program that basically what they do is that, because, you know, some of these guitars, like old Gibsons in the 50s and all that, it's almost impossible to figure out whether they are, you know, authentic or not. Well, not impossible, like experts know, but not everyone's an expert. There's a few experts that can actually confidently tell you whether something is legit or it's not legit. Maybe it could be just an old Gibson, you know what I mean? So they have a certified vintage program that you can literally do it. And it's interesting, not just because, you know, if you want to go and buy a guitar, if you want to go and buy a guitar, you know that, oh, what you're buying is certified authentic. It does a great job in keeping the market clean of this disease of knockoffs, right? I don't have anything against Chinese guitars or guitars from any other company, any other country, rather, if they're well made and if they got a good quality. I have nothing against that, right? I have a problem with creating a copy, you know, misleading people, right? Saying something is Gibson when it's not, saying something is Fender when it's not. That I just can't support. So I don't have, like, people say, oh, you know, you have something against Chinese guitars. I have a Chinese-made Epiphone at home. Okay. Quality, guitar quality, and obviously being born in Japan, I like Japanese guitars and appreciating American guitar culture. I like American guitars, so that's what I usually buy, American or Japanese. But you guys get the idea, right? So they have the certified vintage program. Gibson's certified vintage program manager, Mitch Conrad, discusses what it takes to unearth a musical gem and how he convinced Slash to purchase one more Les Paul that is not named Jessica. So, the vintage world can be a murky place to navigate, said Mitch Conrad. It can be hard for people to feel confident about what they're adding to their collection. We really wanted to provide the best possible experience when buying a vintage Gibson or Gibson-made instrument. So now, taking on the role of Indiana Jones for one-of-a-kind guitars has undoubtedly meant that Conrad has had more than his fair share of run-ins with some pretty high-profile guitar collectors. We want to find the best examples of these instruments. We try to stay away from things that have been broken. Still, we'll make an exception. We sold a killer 58 gold top that had a headstock repair, but this guitar was incredible. It was not in museum grade condition, but it was one of the best 50s gold tops with PAF equipped Les Pauls. And they sold it to Slash. Right? Now, here's the thing, right? If you buy a gold top Gibson, you're kind of buying a guitar with imperfections anyways. I mean, not all guitars are imperfect, right? But the reason that the gold top exists was to hide the imperfections on the surface of the guitar. That's why some Gibson Les Pauls are stained, and then you got some of them that are colored, and especially the gold top. And by the way, so the story was that Gibson at the time, so that's in Ted McCarty era, right? That's good old Ted. What they wanted to do was that obviously if the wood had some imperfections, they didn't want to just throw it away if it's a high quality wood. So what they did, because they still wanted to make sure that it's a luxury brand, they still want to keep the luxuriousness of the Gibson brand, they did a gold top. That's where gold top came from. They couldn't book match the woods on the body. There were some imperfections there, so they painted it gold. That's where it came from. Yeah. Zuhair says, I have a problem with that too, but also making an exact copy to the T and just naming it something else. Yeah. Just like, you know, you got an opportunity to add something to it. Just put your own twist in there, you know? Doroteo says, Sorenzo looking cool with your sunglasses shades, bro. Thanks for that, man. The only reason I had to put it on is that for the past 3 days, I've been in front of the monitor for long hours. And my eyes are hurting right now. My eyes are exhausted, so I'm not sure you guys can see it. Yeah, look at me. Look into my eyes. My eyes are exhausted, by the way. So that's why I have them on. Yeah. But thanks for that, man. Appreciate your words. All right. Let us have a quick break. Guys, I'm gonna... Give me a second. Give me 1 segundo. I am going to put something a little bit more chill. Where's that chill thingy that I really love that song. Where is it? Hold on. Is it this? No. Hold on. Yes, it's this one. Fuck yes. Okay. Hold on. Because we are getting to the favorite part of my stream. Here. The favorite part of the stream. Nice music changing feature unlocked. Don't treat it like jukebox. Don't send me music requests here, guys. I know where it's going next. But hey, man, this is, in all sincerity, the favorite part of the stream, where I think, like, this is what this is about. And I just wanted to thank you guys for joining me. As it is our stream's tradition, I just wanted to open this can. To your health, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It's just like the highlight of my week. In all sincerity, it's one of the highlights for me to talk about guitars, the stuff we love, guitar news, and you guys come in and hang out and chat with me, and I appreciate it. So just gonna open this can. Guys, drinking this to your health. Thanks for hanging out with me. And if you didn't join me in the last stream that we did on New Year's Eve, Happy New Year. To your health. Cheers. Woohoo! Kampai! Kampai indeed. Ryu Messersmith. Kampai. Oh, there we go. Nice to see some Japanese here on the stream. We like that. We like that very much. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. Alrighto. Shall we? Zuhair asks, can you speak Japanese? Yeah, a little. I forgot a lot, but I was born in Japan, remember? So, yeah. I can speak some Japanese. When I go there, when I go back to Japan, it comes back. But obviously you don't use something, you lose it, right? So language is like just like that. So speak some now. Let's do that later. Let's do that later. But yeah, you guys, I'm not sure if you guys can see it. Hold on, let me show you something. So you guys can see that up there. That's the map of Japan. So it reminds me. It reminds me of my birthplace. So there we go. All right. Dorothy reminded us, items on the docket. Yes, sir. Let's jump to the next item on the docket. In fact, The funny thing, Dorothy said that. You'll like this one, dude. Check this out. This, my friends, is a new Ibanez model, the Poison Ivy, IV2RG, made in Japan Ibanez, that was recently announced by Ibanez. It is not on the market. It's their 2026 models. And so this time of the year is really exciting for, you know, guitar lovers like me, because it's usually this time of the year when new models for the 2026 start to trickle down. So Ibanez got some out. This was like a more interesting one. The next item on the docket, we're going to talk about ESP guitars in a second, so stick around. But this is the IV2RG, the IVRG Ibanez guitar, right? Looks sick. Zuhair says it looks sick. This is Poison Ivy's guitar. Look at the fretboard. Yeah, I told you. And they literally named it IV. It's an RG style guitar that is Poison Ivy. See that? How good it looks. Look at that. Now that Dorotio says, now that's a shredder 80s Ibanez skill. Yes, sir. That's the one. Look how great it looks, by the way. Can I say something? This guitar looks sick. Look at that. I mean, I'm already seeing some super features. Like, I'm already seeing some super features in this. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about this. What am I seeing here? First of all, you see this little thing here? That is, the functionality of it is not that different to a string tree that you see, for example, on a Fender. So what happens is that when your strings go through the locking nut here, right? If they're not angled already, so if the strings just go straight, what happens is that because the locking nut has a bit of an angle, when you tighten the screws of your locking nut, your strings go out of tune. What this does is that it creates an angle there on those strings so that the strings go through a bit of an angle, you know, on the locking nut. So then when you close the locking nut, your strings don't go out of tune. For those of you who played with Floyd Roses or Schallers or any other double locking system, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. Zuhair says, don't normally see those tuners on an Ibanez. Yeah, they're slightly different shape, right? Dorotio says, price. I don't know. They have not announced anything yet. So I looked it up. There's nothing in there, and obviously it's not out anywhere else. So we don't know. It is going to be a prestige plus kind of a price tag on it. No question about that. But yeah. So Zuhair says it's $9,000 to $14,000. Just checked. Hold on a second. Was that a joke? What do you mean 9,000 to 14,000? That's a large. Surely you just joked there. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna AI it, see if the AI can find it for me. No, see it online? You weren't joking? Really? How come the price wasn't on the website then? $9,000. You're right. You know, the man was not joking. Holy sh. Huh. Okay. Well, let's stick to 9,000. All right. So $9,000. That's a hefty price tag, eh? That's like more expensive than PRS cores. Just. But look at that, man. So you got this awesome stain job on the headstock. Obviously, you got the Tree of Life abalone inlays. What looks like a mix of abalone and pearl. You know, what are those, Fishmans? They're not, surely they're not Fishmans. What are they? DiMarzios? They're DiMarzios. Yeah, there we go. They're DiMarzio pickups. And obviously your Floyd, and that's obviously your locking strap buttons. We like it. We like what we're seeing here. And obviously it looks like it's a set neck. My apologies. It looks like it's a neck through guitar, though we could be fooled. Just like how we were fooled by Jackson the last time. You guys remember? Look at that. Got the bevels. That looks good. I mean, the middle pickup is a bit of a thing, but hey. All right, what do we have here? What do we have here, friends? You have a Super Wizard. That's a thin neck. 5-piece maple purple heart neck through guitar. Super stable neck. We like that. Burl maple top with a black limba body. Oh, wow. Okay. Ebony fretboard with Tree of Life inlay. I mean, you can only do the Tree of Life, honestly, with ebony because the black fingerboard creates a contrast with abalone and pearl. Frets are jumbo stainless steel frets with a custom shop fret edge treatment. We're talking about fret edge rolling, folks. So on either side of the neck, basically the luthiers will just roll the edges of the frets to make them nice and round. We like that. Low Pro Edge bridge, 10.8 mil string space. That's standard on Super Wizard neck. Ibanez's. Now, neck pickup is DiMarzio. I knew it. Air Norton neck pickup. And then the middle one is a True Velvet DiMarzio. And then the bridge pickup is the Tone Zone DiMarzio. I've heard of the Tone Zone. I have not heard of the other two, to be honest with you guys. What are we talking about the Tone Zone here? Let me have a look. Because this is a shredder, 80s shredder style guitar. So what are we talking about? Alnico 5? 12K output? So my guess is, before we watch it, Alnico 5, around 12K in output. Let's have a look. Whoa. Oh, okay. That's actually low-end heavy. Look at that. Okay. Have you ever heard a bridge pickup that made a guitar sound like a giant mosquito attack? Huh. Okay. TED Talk. What do we got? 500K pots. $17,300. I was so off there. So I was right in that it's Alnico 5, but it's actually $17,300, not $12,13. I was way out. Interesting. And the year of production is 91. This is not a new pickup. I didn't know that. I heard of that pickup before the Tone Zone, but I actually had no idea of the specs. That is actually much higher output than I thought it would be. Okay. Wow, we're really going balls to the walls here, aren't we? Ha. Okay. So what about the neck pickup then? What about the Air Norton? Go back. Much more balanced. See the difference? My good God. Much more balanced. Look at that. See the difference in the charts? Hold on, go back. Look at this. Now look at that. Completely different world, aren't we? Okay. Fine. Same. Nothing crazy about it. 12.5. Okay. And 1995. I was so wrong about these pickups, it's not even funny. I was like, you know, Alnico 5 in the bridge, Alnico 2 on the neck. That was on my mind. I could not have been more wrong about these pickups today. Oh, that's hilarious. And then the Velvet. Da-da-da-da-da. Where's the Velvet? Why isn't not shown on the search? Hold on. Velvet. There we go. I think it's this one. Really treble based. Okay. Why? Okay. By the way, so, okay, this is interesting. So one of my guitars, my Telecaster has a Twang King on the neck. Right? So I'll talk about that a little later, maybe. We've taken it to the next level with the True Velvet neck. Right, so it's basically a juiced up Twang King. Interesting. So guys, I'll tell you guys what. So I have the Twang King on the neck position in my white Telecaster. And the thing with Twang King is that it's really high output, it's really bright, but it has a ginormous, massive dynamic range. You can go really quiet and then go really loud with it, just like physically by your touch. That range is really high. It has a massive dynamic range. It's really sensitive. And they seem to have been juicing it up with the middle pickup here. Very interesting. Okay. Doroteo says, I have an Ibanez Prestige with DiMarzio Tone Zone and Air Norton. And they sound really, really good. Oh, that's so good to hear. Okay. They're really interesting. They're really interesting. Like, I'm just looking at their charts here on paper. I mean, I got the Twang King, so I know it's an awesome pickup. DiMarzios are great, dude. DiMarzios are just super good. Doroteo says, one thing for sure, Ibanez and ESP Highline is super high quality. Oh, yeah. Japanese Ibanezes are superb. And as a born in Japan person, it's a shame that I don't have one at home. Japanese Ibanezes and ESPs are just superb. And American ESPs, obviously. Okay, moving on. So those are the pickups. It comes with, you know, the E standard tuning from the factory with 942 string gouges. Ha! There we go. So not 1044s. Locking nut, 25.5-inch scale. 43 mil at the nut, standard. 58 mil at the 24th fret. And it's really thin. Check this out. So the Dean Zelinsky next, the medium stuff that we checked out, was about 20 mil on the first fret and 22 on the 12, 22, 23 on the third. This is 17 and 19, and so this is really like the spec that refers to the super wizard neck that we're talking about. Really shredder, really thin neck, just designed for speed, just designed for shred and speed. So that's that. And then fretboard radius should be flatter. What is 430 mils? Is it like 1375, 14 inches? Centimeter to inch. So what is actually blah 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 millimeter to inch? 17. My bad. It wasn't 14. It's 17 inches in radius, which is nice and flat. We like that. We like that very much here. Now, the middle pickup obviously gives you a lot of, you know, switching systems and positions on the pickups. You have a 5 position pickup selector. 1, 2 single coils, 3, 4, and 5. So there we go. And no coil splitting, which is fine, man. In a guitar like this, I don't understand why would anybody coil split the bridge pickup. So I get it. It makes sense. It does not come with its own bag for $9,000. You would think it would have a hard shell case, but clearly not. Oh no, it is. Never mind. Why would you have a recommended bag for it then if it comes with a hard shell? Never mind, guys. I'll take it back. Hard shell cases included. Gota strap lock pins, and then machine heads. Also Gota. Yeah. Zuhair asks, who was this guitar made for? For whoever that likes it and can afford $9,000. Look, it's a shredder guitar. There are a few things. Just the neck is obviously really interesting, right? Jokes aside, it's just for somebody that likes to play fast. 80s inspired people, Steve Vai inspired people, like our generation of Ibanez players. So not like the Tim Henson generation, the generation before that. Yeah. So Zohair says, I mean, even pros use less expensive guitars, I think. Look, pros that can afford it use less expensive guitars on the stage and on gigs. Right? But the ones that can afford it, like to play at home, they just go with what they want. And it's not really, you know what I mean? So, and here's the reason why. When it comes to gigging, right, whether it's, irrespective of whether it's a big or small venue, when it comes to gigging, what happens is that you don't want your equipment out. Like, so I'll give you this example, right? So you're about to do your gig, you put your equipments in the car, you do your gig, you come back, put the guitar and everything else in the car again, and go and say, want to grab a bite. In that interim, someone can just break the glasses and steal everything you got. Another scenario is you have like expensive gear on the stage and some drunk guy throws a beer bottle at you. Or if it's a small stage and you bump into people. Or in the process of moving your instrument around, it hits somewhere and it damages on the way in the car, hits somewhere. Do you know what I mean? The moment the guitar leaves your workroom or bedroom or whatever, now it's at a risk of damage. And it's the more it's exposed to other people, other places, the more the risk is. So that's the reason why a lot of pros actually use like not expensive gear on the road or on the stage, is because of all of those risks. You don't want to buy a $9,000 guitar and the next thing you know, you're at a gig and somebody just freaking steals it from your car or throws something at it, or you snap a neck or something. Do you know what I mean? That's the reason why. Obviously, you have this really high tier of like Kirk Hammett rich people. They don't care. You get the greenie and play it on the stage, right? Why would you care? Like, you can't afford $1 million guitar. You wouldn't care. But outside of that, that's the reason. That's a very big reason why. The reason I said that the guitar is really interesting is, I think the most interesting feature of the guitar for me is the neck, to be completely honest with you guys. So it's a wizard neck, so it's thin. It's very flat. I really like that. Not only it's thin and flat, it's made with a 5-piece maple purple heart wood, so it's really, really, really stable, right? 5-piece neck, hardwood maple, obviously, you know what I mean? So that's really good. But also, add to that, a feature that usually neck-through guitars have is that you don't have to worry about a guitar heel there anymore, right? Because the neck is not jointing separately to the body of the guitar. It's just one piece of wood and 2 wings come in. So here, you actually can carve what would ultimately be the heel of the guitar in a set neck or a bolt-on neck. So that means a really nice access to the higher registers. This is what's really interesting about this guitar to me. And it's not unique to this guitars. So many, neck-through guitars have it, like my Epiphone Firebird. You know, the one I got inspired by Custom Shop, so I have Custom Shop pickups in it and all that. It's a high-spec Epiphone. That one is a Firebird, obviously. It is neck-through, a 9-piece neck-through. And I love it. It's just fantastic. It's a great neck. Yeah. But yeah, the thing is, so perhaps a collector? Zorah asks, and Doroteo says, for sure collectors, that neck literally plays itself like a butter. Oh yeah, that neck plays itself like butter. I agree. Look, it could be for collectors. Here's the thing for collectors, right? I mean, yeah, you know what? No, you could be right. You could be very well right about it. Yeah, Super Wizard 5-piece maple. These Super Wizard necks are awesome, by the way. I played with one similar to this sometime in February. Where was it? The blue Ibanez model. Forgot the name. So there we go. Super Wizard 5-piece maple purple heart. Ebony fretboard. Jumbo stainless steel frets. Ah, there we go. That's a nice image of the fret edge treatment. See how nice and round it is? Hoorah. Really, really good looking guitar. I love these specs, man. I really dig the neck on this guitar. Middle pickup, not so much, I personally am not a big fan of middle pickups. I find them annoying and they make the guitar look ugly, but that's my opinion. You might like it and that's completely fine. Your boy here is not a fan of middle pickups. Other than that, it's great. Yeah. So there we go. Yeah, like, yeah, get rid of that middle pickup. No one uses it. I agree with you, dude. Like, I hear you. I agree with you. Here's what, like, I wish, like, this is, like, the perfect guitar for me, right? If this guitar was a hardtail guitar with string through body, so not a Floyd Rose, not a floating bridge, and no middle pickup. Oh, this guitar would have been heaven. Like, you could be really toxic with a guitar like that is called Poison Ivy. You could just get on playing some nice shreddy metally stuff and be really toxic about it. And we like that. We like that. That, ladies and gents, is a made in Japan IV2RG. Zuer says, also just noticed how the strap locks are sticking out so much. Yeah, well, because it's the lock component, right? It's literally the locking component of it. Yeah. Now, DiMarzio's got like a new sort of like a clip-on locking system. So there's different types of locking system. But yeah, that's like literally when it's the locking mechanism. This thing literally comes in and locks over. So you can just swing the guitar around without the fear of dropping it. Yeah. So there we go. Yeah, it's interesting time of the year, man. A lot of new models are out, coming out slowly, not out yet, but slowly coming out. They're just like dripping them out there. We like that. This is a time of the year that I like to monitor everything online. Zuhair says, you know, these are locking straps, ? I have 2 locking straps that have the locking mechanism. Yeah, you know, it says they're locking straps, dude. It says on the spec page. And they look like locking straps. If they were not locking straps, they wouldn't be this long. They're clearly locking straps. Yeah. But there are different types of locking mechanisms. I'll show you what I mean. Ah, right. Your comment was, in general, the locking straps got that locking mechanism. I got you. I got your point now. Yeah. You're right on that. I got confused a little. But now I got it. No, you're right, dude. You have a point. All right. Now, talking about new guitars, by the way, this was a really interesting thing that I saw, and I thought I'd share it with you guys. So, I'm not sure if you guys remember, so back in the good old lockdown pandemic days, one of the things that happened was that obviously there was no NOM, there was no guitar shows, there was no, like, you know, in-person events or anything of that nature, so everything went online, and ESP went online with the product releases, PRS went online, Kiesel went online, everybody went online. It made perfect sense. So what they're doing this year as well, interestingly enough, despite the fact that, you know, they're still going to NOM and all that jazz from my understanding, their 2026 announcement on January 16 will be a stream live event on the website of ESP. And I thought this was really interesting. When I read this announcement, they announced it yesterday. I thought this was really, really interesting. I was not expecting that. So they're basically doing it both ways in some ways. Right, so here we go. The article says, the announcement says, rather, they say that necessity is the mother of invention, and that was the case 5 years ago in Jan 2021, when the world was at the grip of a pandemic, NOM show canceled, and most in-person events canceled. That ESP came up with a new way to inform and entertain you with our newest batch of guitars and basses. It was a live stream video. To the fine folks at ESP, love you guys, but live stream is not a new way. We've been doing that for years now. But I'm glad that you did it online. Now, the ESP Presents 2026 will stream at 3 convenient times, 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 6 p.m., all PSD, so that everyone will have the chance to see this batch of great demos by some of the best guitarists on earth. We don't want to spoil any surprises, but Our batch of new guitars for 2026 is one of our best ever and includes shapes that have never been before being widely available in many parts of the world. Also, you'll get some fun shout outs by a variety of ESP artists with a full montage of our entire list of new models that include LTD, LTD Deluxe, Signature Series, E2s, and ESP USA and more. And it will be streamed right from the front page of the ESP site. We hope you're enjoying it on Jan 16, starting at 10 a.m. And I thought this is interesting. So it's good that what they're doing, like it's really good that they're doing it, because obviously NAMM is only restricted to people that are physically there in Southern California. And so the fact that they're doing this live is a good thing, so that everybody else around the world who's not at the NAMM shows can get a nice demo of what's going on, as opposed to them having to then just go to ESP's website separately. So that is that. Now, I follow ESP's social media pages on Facebook and Insta and all that. It could be the algorithm. It could be that they've already done the announcements there, but I haven't received anything. Like, I was expecting this to be pushed out with, what is it, 2 weeks away, less than 2 weeks away from today. I would expect them to run ads on social medias for it. Like, however little, just like a marketing campaign to get people to come and watch it. But I haven't seen anything, so I don't know. Like, if I were them, I would be like pushing it out on social media like now, like yesterday, at least a month in advance. But I don't know, yeah. Doroteo says, guitarists for Motley Crue playing a Kramer Telecaster type guitar with humbucker floaters as we speak sounds rad. Nice. Motley Crue. Is John 5 on the stage, Doroteo? Doroteo, is John 5 on stage? If he is, could you take a photo and send me? I really like that guy. I'm a massive fan of John 5's. But John 5 plays a Fender Telecaster, not a Kramer. Mick Mars. I know what guitar this is. I know which one it is. I've seen it. This is the one he's playing. Black Body, you said. Oh. Then I clearly don't know what it is. This one. Is it this one? It says girls on it. I've never seen this before. I thought I've seen that one, but I haven't seen it. Either this or that. It's one of the two, in all likelihood. Yeah. If you ever... Doroteo. If John 5 is on this stage, take a photo, and if you talk to him... If he ended up, like, you know, doing meets and greets and all that after, and hung out with people, say my hello to John 5. Say Mr. Sorenzo said, John, hello. Okay? Do that for me. John 5 is an awesome guitarist, by the way. What a great guitarist, and I've been a massive fan of his work since his Marilyn Manson days. Huge fan of John 5 works. And he's a very humble, down-to-earth guy, very friendly guy, very musically capable. So if you guys are not educated on John 5, guys, check him out on YouTube. John 5 is insane good. He's really good. Zuhair asks, how do you listen to music? Do you have Spotify? I do have Spotify. But most of my time, to be honest with you, because I'm in front of my screens for so long, more often than not, I use the YouTube Music feature on YouTube. But I do have Spotify. Yeah. All right. Shall we jump to the next item on the docket. And Dorotio, say my hello to John. Do it. Do the right thing. Let us go and talk about the next item on the docket. Guys, this one too is a new... Thanks, dude. This one too is a new release that this time Schecter Guitar Research did. So again, this time of the year, new releases coming out. This is Jack Fowler's signature guitar. It's a Schecter Telly. I really dig the neck and the inlays. I gotta tell you guys, when I saw this guitar, I really dig the neck. I'll tell you guys why in a second. So when we go through the specs, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I really dig it. Zuhair says, whoa, cool guitar, reliable and strong army green. No nonsense whammy stuff, straight hardtail. Exactly. Right? So this is, look, very inspired by Fender Tele Deluxes, right? So basically Telecasters that were supposed to embody a lot of Gibson Les Paul features. So you have something that looks like a two-nomadic bridge. You got two humbuckers. You know what I mean? Very Gibson style design, but on a Telecaster. So that was basically Fender's response to a Les Paul. And Kingfish, we talked about Kingfish like a few months ago in one of the streams. Kingfish uses a Fender Tele Deluxe, right? Which is exactly the same thing. So this is very inspired by that design, right? That's the kind of guitar, but it looks superb. Like, I really dig this guitar, right? Now, check this out. It's a very simplistic design, as I think a Telecaster should be. And the neck is made with a Fender paradigm. You can see the string tree there, so no headstock angle or anything else. See that? This is, guys, an Indonesian-made electric guitar. Right, you can see some photos here. Nice contours and bevels on the body. We dig that. Here are the specs. Check this out. Locking tuners. Ebony fretboard. Neck material is a Wenge neck with 2 carbon fiber reinforcement rods. Paraloid blocks inlays. Lumen lay glow in the dark side dots. 25.5-inch scale, thin C, so we're talking fast stuff. Thin C, we like that. 20 mil on the first fret, 12 and 12 fret 22. Okay, so it is thin C, but it sits more close to the medium side, not too thin. So if it's 20 mil on the first, 12 on the 22nd, it's not like the super wizard we saw on the Ibanez. Like 19 and 17, right? Like 22 X jumbo stainless steel frets, 14-inch fretboard radius, tusk nut, 42 mil nut width, and it comes with a bolt-on neck and an ash body. So that's that. And then the bridge pickup is the Schecter Pasadena Plus, and then the classic on the neck. Here's what's interesting about this. Let's have a listen to this guitar. And I'll tell you guys what I found interesting about the neck. So, let's play this. Hold on.
What's up, guys? Jack.
Let me give you guys some here right now. Check this out. The thing that got me sort of like a little surprised about this guitar was the selection of the neck wood. So guys, Wenge, I called it. I think I called it Wenge at the beginning. This piece of wood is a very, very dense wood. See that? You don't see it often on guitar necks. It is extremely dense. And when it comes to like heaviness and density, it's even heavier than maple. See, like in tone woods hierarchy, right? You know, you have, for example, you have the woods like swamp ash. They sit on like all at the bottom. You have basswood, you know, somewhere there. And then you have mahogany. And then you have maple and northern ash to sit at the top. Wenge sits at like even higher than that. It's a superb heavy and dense wood. One of the reasons I know some luthiers are a little hesitant to use it is because of its heaviness. It just adds to the weight of the guitar. And if you have a big headstock, then obviously you have to do something else on the body to balance it out. Otherwise, your guitar is going to have a head dive, basically. You know what I mean? It's going to be really neck heavy. You don't want that. So that's the reason why it's not that. One of the reasons why it's not often used. But I'm so like open to like buying a neck that is made of that. I've never owned a guitar that has a neck like that, and I'm really keen because the stiffer the piece of wood, the better the resonance of the neck. You want resonance in the neck. You want the wood to be alive. So I don't know. I thought that was a really interesting choice on the guitar neck. So yeah, what I'm going to do after the stream, I'm actually going to check and see if there are some necks that I can put on some of my, like say, a Strat or a Fender Tele I got, and just try it out. See if I like it. But that's basically that piece of wood. It's an unusual choice. That's what was so interesting about the neck of this guitar. It was just an unusual choice of body wood, neck wood rather. So I thought it was really interesting to show it to you guys. Yeah. It's just unbelievable. And again, you know, like the denser the wood, I mean, there's a point of too much, I guess, right? So for example, if you're routing your truss rod into the guitar, if the wood is too dense, how would that then play out with like truss rod and relief adjustments, you know? Things of that nature is surely a consideration. But I'm really, really keen and open to this. Just like keen and open to trying this out. Really, really am. So, I know Schecter has a really strong presence where I am. So, this in all likelihood will be available in person for me to play in about a month's time. So this is like on my list to check out. I'm really keen. So anyways. Zuhair says, speaking of Gibson, I assume you know Gibson Victory guitar, eh? No, I don't. We can check it out. Gibson Victory guitars. Rocco says, yo Rocco, how you doing? How's things, pal? Hope you're well. Yeah. All right, let me check this out. Hold on. Wenge guitar necks. Ah, this is such a beautiful. Let me see if I can find for sale. Are there any? How much are they sold for? Like Amazon sells them. Etsy sells them. Schecter. I mean, that doesn't make a difference. I just want a good quality neck. Because the thing with necks is that if it's not good quality, fixing it at home is just going to be a rough task to do. If it's angled, it's almost impossible. Like fret stuff, you can fix the frets. But if the neck comes in twisted, and all that jazz, that's a pain. All right, what do we have here? Let's check this out on Etsy. One piece, Wenge neck stainless steel, frets. What is this? Is that like a 3-piece? I'm like, how much more stability do you want, King? What are we doing here? All right, let's check it out. I'm sold. Let's have a look. Zuhair says Wenge. What a name. Sounds like the wedgies the mask used to gift in the cartoons. You know, Wenge sounds like a weird wood, isn't it? I'm open to this. That's like 375 Aussie dollars. That's like what, 220 US dollars? 220 US dollars. I'm open to this. Does it fit like a Telecaster? Comes in S-type neck. That's Strat, right? Strat neck, Strat style, 22 medium jumbo. And if you want me to drill like mounting holes for you, just let me know. I can do that absolutely free of charge. Yeah, we love that. Please beware that some necks available on the market may be advertised as having perfectly leveled stainless steel frets, but they're produced overseas and simply resold. In contrast, each neck I offer is personally finished. I like that. If I can contact these guys and say, hey, and their reviews are awesome. 2.4 thousand sales and 3 years on Etsy. That's really good. What is that? 800 sales. 800 sales a year? That's not bad at all on one website. 800 a year, that's like 3 a day, 2-3 a day. That's fantastic. These guys are doing really well. I'm so happy for them. If I can get, like, let's just see what I'll do. I'll just for shits and giggles, I'll contact him and see if he can do something a little thinner on the neck, and a flatter fretboard. I don't like 12-inch radiuses for me. Like, I like something a little flatter. Let me put this away. I'll put this here on a separate page. I'll contact him, see what he says, and then how much more expensive would it be. I'll let you guys know. That'll be interesting to see. But nevertheless, that's Zuhair's new favorite word, Wenge. Overall, man, really, 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 really interesting guitar. We really dig that. And it comes with Ernie Ball 1046s, which are not bad strings at all. That, ladies and gents, is Jack Fowler's new signature guitar that Schecter recently announced. Very, very, very interesting guitar. We really dig the neck on this. Rocco came in and said yo and then ran away. Rocco, was that a post and delete situation? Like, what happened? Reco said no. But you're a Reco. That was Rocco. I back. Welcome back. We have Rocco. We have Reco. We have all the variations here. Reco, how you doing, brother? Hope you're well. Happy Saturday to you. No, I changed. It's the same profile? Right, okay. Yeah, there we go. Good to see you. Oh, yeah. By the way, speaking of, the Jack Fowler PT guitar that we saw is actually available on Sweetwater to pre-order for those of you who are interested. We like that. It's a nice hot item that I think they've done a phenomenal job with it. And like Zuhair said earlier, that choice of green is just fantastic. Yeah. Zuhair says he changes so he doesn't have to take accountability. No, I mean, it's nice to have different accounts. Believe me, as a person that does social media, like as a person that makes content, like I appreciate more than anybody else. Believe me, having more than one account. All good. No, man, believe me, it's something I appreciate. That's like it's a safe thing to do these days. You never know. These days, man, you just never know. The next thing you know, you just wake up in the morning and your whole thing, your channel is gone. Your whole thing is gone. Yeah. All right. Nevertheless, let me have a sip of this thing, y'all. Let me have a sip. How are we? Are you guys still feeling athletic? Don't collapse on your chair now. Just let me give you guys some volume here. Ooh, God, this song is good.
Breathing slow, let it go. Watch the river take the flow. Cloudy minds, they drift below.
All right, give me the other can too. We like that. Switch.
Slow, let it go. Watch the river take the flow. Cloudy minds, they drift below.
Put that there. Have a sip of water.
Nightfall,
We are ready. Okay. Zuhair says,
lanterns glow.
I am because I had some sleep before the live. Yeah, well, you had a cup of coffee too, not just the sleep. Zuhair says also lately I am more focused in my life, saving money, working responsibly. We like that. We like that very much. The only thing, really, Zuhair, let me just. It's a romantic song, but I have to pause it. I'm so sorry. Give me a second. I just need to look at you eye to eye. Look. It's really good that you're saving money, you're working, you're responsible fiscally, life-wise. That's fantastic. That means more money in your bank account. We like that. We like that very much. The thing that you have to be irresponsible about is when you step inside a Guitar Center or you go to a Sweetwater website. I think all this accountability, saving money, not doing crazy stuff is great, but it has to serve a purpose. And I don't see any other purpose than just ruining your life by buying multiple guitars that you can't afford. I think that's just the way to go. That's just my opinion. I don't know about you. Like, look, look. Let me put my sunnies back on, and I'm gonna give me a second. Let me put this back on, and I'll tell you exactly what I mean. Okay. That's the wrong screen. That was not meant to be. This was the screen I brought the whole hard transition and everything out for. Okay, look at this, Zuhair. Wouldn't it be nice if you, with all your fiscal responsibilities, just buy these all at once? It would be great, right? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Zuhair. Zuhair says, true. I hear a butt coming. Yeah. It came down, didn't it? Hey, don't tempt me. Ay. It's crazy. It's so crazy. God. He's put a seed in my mind. Oh shit. I was like, we were having a chat with Dorotio. I made a YouTube video about Telecasters and why ash wood, like ash for example, is a good tone wood for a Telecaster body. And there was a couple of videos that were back to back about Telecaster. So one was that, and the other one was about the ethos of the Telecaster. Here, this is the one I'm talking about. Hold on. Where is it? There we go. So this is the video. Let me move myself. See that here? Right, so I was talking about the ethos of the Telecaster, and then shortly after that, I talked about the Telecaster tone wood and all that. And so Dorotio there came out and he was like, dude, you're tempting me. And then that was like next week, the week after he bought the two Telecasters. And then he returned them and then switched it with the Earth Strat, which you talked about on stream. So here's a seed. It's like that Leonardo DiCaprio movie. Oh wow, yeah. That's what really got him to do it. So I acknowledge that I'm not a good influence here. Zuer says never underestimate the power of a small suggestion. Yeah, like nudge people a little, and then next thing you know. So there we go. Reiko asks, what is your best guitar? Look, I don't have a best guitar. I got these guitars because I like them. And they all have like different qualities that I really appreciate about them. So for example, I have, where was my, so this, the screen that I just shared with you. So I have a couple of Nuno Washburn N4s at home. And it's probably the two guitars that I spend the most time with. And the reason for that is that I really like the neck. I really like Stevens' extended cutaway. It just has a great access. Might as well just share it with you. Give me a second. It's at the back somewhere. Give me a second, dude. Let me bring it for you. Here we go. So this is the guitar, one of the guitars that I spent the most time with. Here we go. Right. It's this. This is a Nuno Washburn N4. The thing that I really like about it is that the body is extremely comfortable to play. The neck is superb, and as you can see here, it has these Stevens extended cutaway there. This is a Washburn design. Basically what it does, it eliminates the guitar heel, so you have a really nice access to the higher registers. Because when you get back there, your thumb literally goes on where the heel is supposed to be. You don't have the heel for your thumb to go over it, you literally just go there. And so because of that, like this is how my hand is positioned at the higher registers. You can't do that with a normal guitar heel. Right? So I just find it extremely comfortable. I need that. Yeah, this is the guitar I'm talking about. This is the one that I shared on the screen. It's like a and there's so many of them around, dude. The limited edition ones are harder to find, partially because they're obviously limited editions, but also this is a discontinued model now. It is on Washburn's website still, but Nuno, that's Nuno Betancourt's signature. Nuno is sort of moved out, like he's departed from Washburn, and he started his own brand of guitars. Now his brand of guitar also has this neck, also has the Stevens extended cutaway, but Washburns are still selling these guitars, and you can buy them. There's so many of them out there, first-hand, second-hand, and you can buy them. And they're really good guitars. This is like this guitar is the guitar that I spend the most time with right now. The other thing I really like about it, so the neck is a thin neck. It's a 14-inch radius neck. It has a Seymour Duncan 59s on the neck. And for those who don't know, Seymour Duncan 59s were made after PAF pickups. The Gibson PAF. So it's supposed to give you this really rich, creamy neck pickup sound, humbucker. The bridge is a Bill Lawrence 500 XL. Now, again, Bill Lawrence pickups, guys, this one here is really ice picky. Nuno makes it sound really good because Nuno plays with a really big Marshall amp, ginormous amp and cab. So this pickup at higher volumes with a bigger cab, a 412 cab, opens up a little differently than a small amp or what you play at home. So if you play it at home, it's really ice picky. It's really with the louder, bigger sounds that it kind of opens up a little. That's one of the That's probably the biggest issue with this guitar. The pickup is, the bridge pickup is a little ice picky. I have an announcement to make. I have an announcement to make right now about this very guitar. I didn't want to announce it. You guys asked me to bring this out. I'm going to announce it. This very same guitar, in the month of February, do I say it? Alright, screw it, I'll say it. This guitar is going to go under a certain project. And in February, the video for it is coming out. Stay tuned, because this is going to be awesome. It's going to be... I have not been excited about a guitar project for a very long time. And I found something perfect. I'm doing something. This guitar is going to be perfect. It's going to be everything I want for a guitar. February, the video will come out. In all likelihood, early Feb, in a month from now. So stay tuned. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything more. Now, so yeah. Doroteo says, nice axe, Sorenzo. Don't ever sell it. No, man, I'll never sell this. This is actually, I'm the third owner of this guitar, by the way. This guitar was made in 2005. I'm the third owner of it. We actually made a video about this. We made a video about buying this. It's on my channel. Like, I had to get on a bus and go, like, sit in a bus for 2 hours to get to where this guitar was. So yeah, this is my main guitar. This is the one that I'm getting old with. And it's not that crazy expensive. By the way, can I say something? It's not that crazy expensive. If you think this is something like so superb or crazy, it's this. See the Swamp Ash? It's $2,700 first hand. This is a black Swamp Ash that is sandblasted, basically. So it's the black version of this guitar. What I have here. It's not too crazy, like whatever. But I can tell you, like, as a person who uses this guitar, I highly recommend it. It's my main guitar right now. And it's been that for a while. Like, I spend hours and hours a day with this guitar every day. So, now, I brought this out. Reco asked the question, what is your best guitar? Look, dude, this is the one I use the most. It's a US-made Washburn guitar. It's discontinued, but it works for me really well, right? The reality is, you have to look and see what your guitar needs are, and then find the best guitar for that. So, like, if I'm playing rock or metal, this is my go-to. If I'm playing blues, on the neck pickup, I can do it. But I won't go to this guitar for anything jazzy. So if I want to play some song from Julian Lage, I won't pick this guitar up. Do you know what I mean? So now, give me a second. Let me put this back. This is the guitar that has been in my videos as of late. And you guys, if you've seen my more like later videos, the past few videos, this is the guitar that you guys see. Now this, guys, is a traditional style Tele, so very thick chunky neck, 50s style, really thick chunky neck, 7.5 inch radius, so it's as round as a radius can get, as a fretboard can get. This is the guitar that I told you guys that has the DiMarzio Twang Kings when we were talking about the Ibanez. It's this pickup. It's one of the most sensitive pickups I've ever played on the neck. And it has a ginormous dynamic range. So if I'm playing something like Julian Lage, where the purpose of the guitar is not to generate sound. The purpose of the guitar is to pick up the choreography of your hand, but the sound is going to come out of the pickup. So you have to play really gently, really touch, like really soft touch, really soft playing on the guitar. This is the go-to move. That Washburn guitar will never be able to do something like this. So the point being is that you have to, if you're in a position to buy different guitars and have like say 3-4 guitars at home, if I were you, I would select them for different purposes. Like I would buy them for different purposes. I would look at, all right, what are the guitar songs that I play? I play metal, da 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 da, so that guitar. And then I want to play a little jazzy stuff, so that guitar. And then that covers all you need. You know what I mean? That's... Yeah. All right, so let me put this back and then I'll read the chat. Give me a second. All right, we're back. Thanks for patience, ladies and gents. All righto, where are we? Where are we? Reiko asks, is Boss Katana GX 550 any good? For those who are not aware, this is what he is talking about. Boss Katana 550. This is what I believe you're talking about, Rico. Yeah, look, I haven't personally played with it, so I can't tell you one way or the other firsthand. The reviews on Katana amps, these size amps, that, you know, that are like solid state stuff, are really good. I think, if I'm not mistaken, when the Katanas came out, they were like the third or second most sold amp or something like that. I could be wrong, but this is like this is a very well reviewed amp. Katanas are really well reviewed, very well received. I haven't personally owned any, so I can't tell you firsthand, but the reviews that I've seen have been pretty good. I haven't seen a bad review about Katana amps overall. I think the Gen 3 was the one that I personally saw, but never played. Yeah, I could be wrong. So sorry, dude. That's the best I can do right now for this. Zuhair asks, what inexpensive guitar has that some type of body natural blackwood? Has that same body? I didn't get that question, dude. What inexpensive guitar has that same type of body natural blackwood? Oh, you're talking about my N4? If you were talking about my N4, it's a swamp ash body. It's nothing. It's not a special piece of wood. I think that's what you're talking about. Rico says that is my favorite guitar that you have. Which one? The Telecaster or the Washburn? Ah, Zuhair actually has used this amp before. Zuhair says, Rico, I use this amp. So that's the amp, guys. Has a 25 watt and a 50 watt options. 25 and 50 are super loud for live concerts or street. I use half a watt at home. I've been happy with this amp for the last few years. It's got connections that back for connecting to computer, audio interfaces, etc. Well, there we go. Reiko, you got an answer. Like, this is, in all sincerity, jokes aside, this is the power of you guys coming in online and chatting. Like, this is the power of it. Because I alone won't be able to answer everything or know everything. It's just nobody can. But when you guys come in collectively, we can figure things out. Like, that's just the power of it. That's beautiful. So thanks both of you for hanging out. Yeah. Rico is like, is it worth getting? Zuhair is like, yeah, I would say so. Beautiful. We love that. We love what's happening. So there we go. All right, so let's see. Where is it? Can you find it? Huh? Katana. What do we have here? Katana 50. So that's the Gen 3. One 12-inch combo amp. Ha! Look at that. All right, there we go. What do we have? That's your obviously input. Your amp type variation, so you can go brown, lead, crunch, push, then clean, and acoustic. So if you're not using multi-effects pedals, that's nice and handy. Gain and volume, bass, middle, treble, we like that. Effects, so you got a booster mod, you got delays and reverb, good. And then you have your master tone and then power control. And then 2 tone channel settings. Yeah, that looks pretty solid, dude. Look at the reviews. Great reviews on it too. Like I told you, I haven't seen a bad review about this amp. That looks like a legit solid thing, and it's on like special too. So there we go. So where it says Gibson Victory, don't forget. Oh yeah, we talked. Hold on, we haven't checked that. We got lost in Wenge and then Gibson Victory. What is this? What are we doing here, Gibson? Ah, yeah, look at that. Hold on, let me. Yep, that's the yellow TV. What is it that you found exciting about these, dude? What did you like about it? What was the thing that attracted you to this? Look at that guitar. All right, let's check this out. Iguana Burst, it's called. There you have it. And you can see clearly the Gibson paradigm of guitar building in play. 3-4 degree angles at the joint neck body joint. 17 degrees at the headstock. That looks like it. This is where it says premium look, noble body, and Gibson quality, like one of the other guitars you were looking at before. Yeah, fair enough, dude. That's an interesting guitar, because you don't see these shapes coming out of Gibson that often, right? Mahogany body with a AA figured maple top, 25.5-inch scale, so not their usual. Compound radius, oof. Ebony fretboard, 24 frets, acrylic dot inlays, 80 tribute pickups with coil split and inner-outer coil select options. That's a Kramer neck. Sort of like the, you know, the golf neck, the hockey stick neck. So what do we have? Refined body contours. Are they really? Yeah, okay. I can see what they're talking about here. This is the, look at that. So Rico, have a look. This is sort of like a variation of that heel-less guitar design that I talked to you about. Now, this guitar has a heel, so it's a set neck that has a heel there. But you can see the contour here that kind of alleviates some of that heel. See that? Which is not dissimilar to what we talked about in my guitar, which is this one, literally. Like, it's the black version of this guitar. It's painted black, that's all it is. See that? So it's not exactly the same. This just doesn't have a heel at all. But it's this, again, it's not a crazy unique thing. Like, if you have a look at the Gibson one we're looking at, you can kind of see the similar kind of thing there. It's just that there's a little heel there going on. Yeah. So there are a lot of guitars that actually have that, which is good news, right? So you can actually look and shop the one that works best for you. What do we have? Refined body contours, improved weight and balance, so it's weight relieved. Explorer headstock, 25.5-inch scale, mahogany neck, ebony fretboard, compound radius, we like that. Slim taper profile, thinner neck, we like that. 24 medium jumbo frets. Mahogany body has a AA figured maple cap, 2 pneumatic bridge, stop bar, tailpiece, gloss nitro, lacquer finish. Yeah, that's pretty good, dude. Pretty good specs. Graphtech. Man, Gibson got to do something with their nut material, but like 80s tribute humbuckers, push and pull and everything. Yeah. Pretty good specs, actually. $2,500. Rico says, do you have a Discord? I did have a Discord. I haven't used it for a very long time. We started our Discord earlier on when we started the channel. But not many people were keen on joining, so we temporarily shut it down. We'll bring it back up if people like to come in and chat and all that. It's just that, like, for example, we have YouTube communities. So one of the things I was looking for was on YouTube communities to see whether our crowd likes to hang there and have a chat and all that. Didn't see that much interest yet. So when that interest starts, I'll have it back again. And this could be the start of it. It's just the point of a Discord channel is not just to have a channel for people to be there. The question I ask when it comes to Discord, the question I ask myself when it comes to Discord is, how does it add value to a viewer, right? So what are we going to do in that Discord channel? Share guitar, photos, and talk guitar. Fantastic. A lot, not, similar to what we're doing now. What else? And that's a really important question, right? Because for example, in a lot of my videos, I just don't talk about guitar specs. A lot of videos as of late, we've been talking about guitar music theory, right? So the past few videos have been all related to music theory. My last long format was basically a luthier-y kind of guitar tech, not luthier, but like guitar tech work, literally. Removing a guitar neck, shimming it, fixing the shim, yada yada. So the question is really, what is that page is going to do? What value it's going to offer to you guys, and what are you interested in? So we need that sorted out. We need that figured out. Very important. Otherwise, I don't want to waste anybody's time. I want you guys to be here, learn something, teach something to others and myself. Just like the conversation Rico and Zuhair had earlier on about the katana. Okay. Zuhair says, there is an inexpensive guitar I wanted you to just see. This West Creek Guitars Helix T-Style door humbucker Ocean Vortex Blue. All right, let's have a look. Give me a second. West Creek Guitars Helix. Oh, it's with a Y. Okay, Helix, a Vortex. What a name, Helix Vortex. A lot of X's. All right. Oh, wow, okay. Huh. Is it this? Is it this we're talking about? What are the specs on this? Yeah, I saw the blue on eBay and it looks amazing. What are the specs on this thing? Solid body, mahogany body, maple neck, rosewood fretboard, rounded end frets, bone nut, 24 frets for $240. Ah, that's the blue one you saw. That's the one you saw. Okay. Mahogany wood, mahogany, maple, rosewood fret. We talked about it. All right, 2 humbuckers, stainless steel frets. All right, I need some specs here, guys. Bone nut, roasted maple neck. Nice patterns. Mahogany body, floating bridge. Is that a what's that button there? It's the caught button. It's the thing that you go I forgot the name of the damn thing. Has a specific name. Kill switch. It's a kill switch. Power balance. It's a balanced sound. Okay, so the pickups are EQ'd balance. That's nice. Makes your guitar versatile. Don't mind that. Push and pull. Tone knob. You got a volume knob. Look at that, dude. Look at that. Rico. Again, not as pronounced, but you can see how the heel is well curved, and then you got this bit going on here. So again, not nowhere near as well pronounced as the Gibson one, for example, in terms of like the curve, but it's there in a $240 guitar, which is superb, right? Look at that. Just talking about like good access to higher registers. This is beautiful. I dig this, dude. On a bolt-on guitar, I dig this. There we go. That design looks Schecter Banshee headstock design. Very Schecter inspired. Yeah. But yeah, it's like 180 on eBay. Nice. Okay. Doroteo says fixed bridge would have been more ideal for the West Creek Tele-style axe. What do you think? Yeah. Yeah, look, it's kind of hypocritical for me given the fact that my main guitar right now is the one with a double lucking tremolo system. But in all sincerity, I get fatigued from it sometimes. Like I just find setting up a fixed bridge guitar a lot easier, and bending strings with a fixed bridge guitar is a lot better. I just preferred way more in that sense. So I agree with you. I think in a guitar like this, I would have preferred a fixed bridge too. And there's ways around that, right? So for example, there are solutions like Tremolo No. You guys know what Tremolo No is? Tremolo No. So Tremolo No is this solution that you basically install at the back of your guitar, like where the tremolo routing is, when the thing is, where the springs are at the back of the guitar, and it literally fixes that bridge. So there are solutions like this to sort of fix that around. But it's just a matter of preferences, dude. This is not clearly with the kill switch and everything else. It's not a traditional Telecaster, so you can do whatever you want with it. But personally, sometimes I do get a fatigue from a floating bridge. I really do. Like setting it up is always a painful task. Not just tuning, like properly setting it up. And bending, I'm not a fan of bending on floating bridges. Like I'd much rather have a fixed bridge and I bend properly, so. Yeah. Zuhair says, Doroteo, I think so. Better tuning stability, right? With fixed hardtail bridge. Yeah, tuning is just one aspect of it. Just a whole setup, right? Tuning too. Tuning is part of the setup, so yeah. But also the thing is that, and this is the challenge when you have a double locking system, right? So your bridge can go in and out, right? So your bridge can go down tune and up tune, right? And the challenge is that because your bridge is completely floating, when you bend the string, if there's not enough springs there, if there's not enough tension between the string and the bridge, you literally detune the other strings as you're bending one. Because as you bend the string, your bridge goes whoop. So it down tunes the other notes. So now if you're doing like blues bends, when you, for example, bend the 3rd fret and then you grab the 4th fret of the 2nd string with your other finger. You know what I'm talking about? That kind of a technique, that kind of bend. Or 2 strings bend even. 2 string bends too. Because of that detuning, you just can't get it right. So you have to make sure just make sure that there's a lot of tension going on between the string and the float ribs, and that's just not always ideal. Now, if it's a one-way floating bridge, so it's hardwood on the other side and it only down tunes your strings, then what you can do is that you can just put like 5 springs on the other side. So it's really tight. You can still down tune, but you have to put a lot of pressure on the tremolo handle, on the whammy bar to do it. But at least when you're bending strings, your other strings don't go out of tune. Right? So not all floating bridges are made the same. Not all whammy bars are made the same way, is what I'm saying. Yeah. Rico says, I might get that. That's not a bad guitar. What's the price? $240 USD? $240 US. And Zuhair bought one for $180 on special or off on eBay. Yeah. Looks insane. Like, I really dig the fret work. Look at that. So you got these frets going on. You have the inlay in the middle. And you got a kill switch, which is always a fun feature to have. You can play around with it. Zohair says, Rico Q1D, also check out donor guitars. Oh yeah, we talked about those before. You haven't bought it yet? Fair enough, dude. Take your time. Like, buying guitars, it's like tasting wine in a lot of ways, right? So when it comes to buying guitars, just want to go there, take your time, sip a little bit of this, spit it out, check another wine. You know what I mean? It's always like that. This is how I like to buy guitars, and this is how I recommend people to buy guitars. Having bought and sold dozens of guitars. Have fun with it. Just like sip this, look at that guitar, don't like it, give it back to the other one till you find the one that is right for you. So yeah, that's just having bought and sold dozens of them. I think it can be really fun. It can be addictive, but it can be really fun. So yeah. Short on money now? That's fair enough, dude. That's more than fair. Take your time. You have other guitars at home, and that PRS guitar you have is more than enough to do anything. You can literally get old with that PRS guitar you got. So take your time, do it when it's right, and have fun playing your PRS. It's a great guitar what you have. So yeah. All right. I think we are going to call it a day. We've been on for about, what is it, 2.5 hours, which is good, which is not bad. So I think we're gonna call it a day. Zuhair is gonna call it a day. Perfect timing, dude. So I think we're gonna call it a day too, guys. Thank you all very much for hanging out with me today. Let me just do this. Hold on a second. Give me 1 segundo. All right. Guys, our next stream, look, it's going to be a midweek stream. We're going to have a midweek stream. I'll get back to you guys exactly when it's going to be. I'll announce it on X and on my Instagram channel. So you can check it there, or on YouTube post. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel on YouTube, please do. On the community section, or the post section, we'll be doing the same announcements as anywhere else. So it's going to be a midweek stream, likely on Tuesday or Wednesday. So we're going to have a chat together about guitars then, and I'll be monitoring the guitar market as we go, because this time of the year is when all the new models come out. So with that said, my friends, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Have a great Saturday evening. And I keep saying this every week, and I'm going to say it again. Remember, we're not getting any younger. These seconds, we're not going to ever get them back. When they're gone, they're gone. So cherish them. Play your guitar. Do what you love. Do what you love. You know, when people say do what you love, it's like what you love is the focus. No. Do is the focus. Do what you love. Hug a loved one. Tell them you love them. Play the guitar. Do what you're passionate about. Is all I say. We're not getting younger, folks. We're just not, I swear to God. You never know when the curtain closes. So there we go. With that said, guys,
Mr. Sorenzo, your voice is in the undertow.
woo,
I'm rising, but
take care! Guys, thank you so much! I'll see you in the next video. Woo!
so Sorenzo.
Woo!